we call as a network if it is connected one to one. Okay, so this is a transmitter and receiver. So something you need to transfer the data from transmitter to receiver. So it should be within the network. Remember. Okay, so now network. So network is what it is required. It requires the node. Node is nothing but ECU. Okay, so now ECU. So here we have EC1 and EC2. Let's consider now I need to transfer the message. Okay, this is for TX. Okay, so now it is a node. It is a EC1. For node, what I need to transfer, I need to send the message. I need to send the message. Okay, so message is a kind of a frame of the data, like whatever the control, starter frame, control frame, data field, all will be there. That will be the frame or message. So it contains data, right? Each data contains a specifically signals. So now my message carries the signals. This is very important to understand further in real time. It make you clear on what you are working. Okay, so next it's come to the part of the signal. What it carries? Signal, it carries the values. So what is the value? Value is ones or zeros, or like 1, 2, 3 or 4, whatever the values. It will say the off, on, run, any value that it. Okay, so these are the signals like network, node, messages, and signals. Signal carries the value. Did you completed this on nodes? The format you can complete it. So for each node, it have different messages, and for each message, it have the different signals. So that is how the database will be created for the CAN. Similarly, for any protocol, it will be like this only. For the whether it will be the wire or wireless, so usually it will follow the format of the signals or the values. So whatever the values that we are assigning, it should have the signal. The signal have the messages. The messages are from the nodes. The node is it is connected with the network. Okay, if node is not connected, then signal value it won't update. If signal value is not updated, means the network won't do work the communication. Okay, is it clear still now? Okay, so now we need to create a database. Okay, so let's consider the database. It have the nodes and the messages and the signals. Okay, so how we create it? Okay, so you can write down what is the objects in the database. So network is a CAN bus network that contains the multiple ECUs to exchange the data. You can write down network, a CAN bus network that contains multiple ECUs to exchange data. Okay, so next coming to the ECUs. So ECU is nothing but a nodes. Okay, so as I combine here, so node is distributed processing unit within a network. For example, like traction control, anti-braking system, adaptive cruise control. These are the ECUs. And you can write down network and next write down nodes. Nodes is network interface of the ECU and to transmit and receive data from the CAN bus. Network and node. To understand the ECU, just I given this point. And next is a message. It contains the information that are transmitted on the CAN bus. That are transmitting or receiving, right? Whatever you need to exchange information, that will be in the term of message. So it contains the information. Next, coming to the signals. So signals is it have a space for a message related, it will be a separate. So it is a independent data region in the data field of a message. That will be the signal. Next, to understand the environmental variable, so input and output variables of the network node, such as a switch position, sensor signal, and the actuator signals. This will be the part of a environmental variables. Just you need to consider the network, nodes, and messages and signals. So environment variable means it is the input and output of the ECU. Okay. So now let's create the database tool. Okay. So for creating the database tool, we need to define the network node. We need to check the messages and the properties, and we need to define the data items and the signals with respect to the messages. And we need to give this physical units, whether it is a temperature related, it should be 10 centigrade, or if it is a length related, it should be a meters or centimeters. And we need to give the symbolic values also for each signal. And let's go, it will be accessed via the browser also, like CAPL browser is there. So whatever the variables you need to define from the CAN-DBC, so that you are able to access with the help of the CAPL browser. So this is a scripting. Going forward, you can understand. So right now you need to choose the following activities for creating the database file. Let's go to the database file and we'll create it. Okay. So like physical values, it means it will be like this, and the data, whatever the data we need to capture, it will be like this, the data which carries the messages. Okay, so go to the CANoe, and CANoe, we have a tools, can DBC plus. Okay, once if you open, you will get a file, option, and help. Okay, help is like how to create a variables, or how to create any signals or messages that you need to access it. So just you have few things. So I need to create a new DBC file. So how I need to so choose the file and create a create the database command to create a new. So just you click it. So you'll get the options here. What are the terms and conditions you should feel followed? So that option will be there. And next we have a other option. So you can search it here, the message. So message level, or you need to, you can come out of it and you can create a new DBC, create all necessary objects. So how to create all those will be there in the help command. Okay. So now we have a options settings. So just you need to create X, or just don't changes anything here. Just give it like that. And uh, who know about the programming, so the Motorola, the Intel, so the order of the bit storage will be differ. Okay, so just to understand, don't change anything as of now. So just go to the file and create a database. So when you are creating, so for which communication you need to use, you need to use for Ethernet, the template will be create for Ethernet. And when you create for CAN, so it will create for a CAN. So like we'll consider mostly for the CAN. So just I'm creating the template of a CAN template. Okay. It is asking me file name where I can save. So just I will create a new folder. So like consider that I'm creating a new folder on desktop. So I chosen the folder here, DBC CAN. So like here I'm choosing this folder, open, and the save. Okay, so file name we need to give. So new file. Okay, so save. So now my new file name is there. So the database is now ready. We need to add the messages and signals. So here we have a new file. This is the DBC where we need to create the messages and signals. So let's create the message. How we need to create the message first. So just go to it in under network. We have a network node ECUs. Okay, so if you need to create the ECU, so you can export from it the ECUs which you able to add. So it will be in orange color where you need to exporting of the ECUs, that you can do it. If you right click object list, it will open a new window. Okay, so here you need to create the DBC file for the ECU related. Okay, so this is a different phase where the sorry. And the next will be the part of a network node. So here you need to add the network node. Like if consider that new network node. Okay, so okay, if you give the network node is added here. Okay, so under this network node, again it will be means how it will be differentiated is now we have the format, right? The network. So network is a CAN. We took it. So now node 1, node 2, node 3. These are different ECUs. Okay, so this will be differently. We can add it. So now if I go to the DBC file and if I add another node, it will be created. Okay, so again new. So apply. So the networks nodes are adding, but no use, right? Adding of the networks. So we need to add the messages first. Okay, so now here the nodes are adding for the network. Okay, so network is where you know about the network, and nodes are nothing but ECUs. Now I need to add the messages for the network. Okay, so for nodes, we need to add the messages. How I need to add the messages? Let's take it one node. Okay, node 1 and messages. Okay, so we'll add the message now. So here I'm deleting this also. So we have a network node already. So we'll create one node. Just consider that ABS. ABS is a one network. Okay, so here just added the ABS. Okay, so here I need to uh, for this it have the TX messages and RX messages, and we need to map the signals also. Okay, so as I told you, right, like each and every message it have the signals. Okay, it have the signals of TX and RX messages where some need to be transferred and some need to receive it. So now I need to create the message. So for the creating of the message, go to the messages, right click it and add. So here the message is ABS message. ABS message ABS means anti-braking system. Okay, like we'll take like a braking. Okay, so ABS message status. So what that status, it is the name of the message. So it have a idea of it is a standard or extended CAN, which type of protocol it is. So it is a standard. Now ID is you can give like 41 or 5415 or something like the ID. Next you can give the DLC. So how many bytes of data we need to it is a standard, right? It is taking only 8. If it is extended, we can increase the size up to 64. Okay, so now it is taking 64. Now we'll make it a standard to understand. Okay, so next it is a some of the fields are disabled, so we don't want to consider now. And it is a signals and transmitter. And next whether this whatever the signals we'll add it, and we need to add, and transmitter and receiver and layout is when you give the here 8, right, DLC. Based upon that the layout is created here. Okay, if I create to some 1, okay, so the layout will change it to 1. So it means 8 bits. So 0, 1, 2. So whatever the white you are able to see, these are the editable things. Okay. So based upon the DLC, the field will be choosing. Means you know, right, in the CAN frame, based upon the DLC, the data will be choosing the number of bits, right? So if it is a like a 1 byte, so where the data is choosing as a 1 byte of data. Okay, so here it will be each bit, it contains the different fields. Okay, so that will be seen under a part of a layout. Okay, so let's consider this I'm giving as a 8. Okay, and layout will be there, and attributes and comment. So here you need to see that this is a practice of the ABS ABS message, ABS message, something we need to give. Okay, so for that purpose, just I'm making here, and let's apply and give OK. So now my message is created, right? But still there are some empty fields. Okay, so like you are able to see there is no TX, no nothing. It is there. Okay, still there is no minimum, maximum. There is no cycle time. It's all or zero. Okay, so how I need to enable this? So let's go to the signals. Now I need to add the signals. So I told you know each message it carries the signals. Like go to the signals, add it now. So now I need to consider the ABS status, ABS current status, ABS voltage drawing. We can take one signal, voltage read. I can make it as a voltage read. Okay. So now this length it is in terms of bits. Okay. So means it is taking 8 bits. I take it a 4 bits. Okay, 4 bits enough for me. And units is what is volts. Okay, volts I can mention like volts, and it is a sign. Yes, it won't have the negative values. It is a sign. Okay, it is a positive values. We can take it. And next is the offset and non, like whatever the it is a formula you need to remember. Physical value equals to a bracket of offline. So this is important. Okay, this is one more important formula. In interviews they will ask you. So in when you are working on real time also, this is very important. Physical value equals to raw value into the factor. Generally sometimes plus or minus will be there, so make it as a plus or minus of offset. Okay, this is a formula, so you need to remember. Okay, what is the physical value? Physical value is what we are seeing. Raw value is what ECU used to communicate. And these factors and offset is just the adjustment of the values. Adjustments. Okay, so this is about the physical value. Okay, what will be the next for that? So whenever the initial value is associated, right, like this is a function gen sig start. These are, as I told you, like a cap. We have a programming. That programming, whatever we are giving this input, so this will interact with the ECU, like a get sign start value, all those stuff. Okay, so like this is the definition. Under this definition we are giving again we have the message here, and receiver attributes and value discussion and comments. So don't consider anything as of now, just give the definition here as okay. And here we have a maximum value and minimum value. Like consider my voltage is 12 volts, that is the minimum. Instead of we can give it 10, and the maximum we can give like 22. So that is the voltage it able to read the signal. Okay, give apply. Okay, so now my signal is ready here. Okay, so my signal is ready with 4 bits. Now, what is the next step? We need to go to the messages here. Okay, I need to add the signal, whatever I created. Just click on the message and give edit message, and go to the signals. So whether it is a RX or 3X means that you need to add it. So let's consider the here add. So here we have this under definition we have, and signals. So signals we need to add the message signal, like a name. You can filter. As of now we have only one signal, so it is appearing here. Just click on the signal and add it. So now the message and signal is mapped here. Okay, so now what is the further step you need to see? Okay, so you can give okay. So here we have the transmitting. So ABS, this is a message, right? So it will be transmitting of messages. You can enable, because after adding the message, no, so you'll get that whether the message is a transmitting message or not. So just given the ABS as a 0. Uh, so next will be apply and okay. So if you give this, now if you go to the message, under the message, I have the signal. Okay. So you are able to understand, right? You are able to follow me? Any
Yes, sir.
confusion? Okay. So now similarly, we have the cycle time. So the signal, which is a multiplexer or the multiplexed signal. So such few things depends upon the requirement we need to work, and we have the cycle time. Because this is for to understand what are the messages and signals. You can do it, but in our real time, we're not able to create this DBC file. It some of the companies we can end to end will work, but some of the most of the companies system engineers will be there. They are working on this. Okay, but you need to create the messages and you need to do the add the signal like this. Okay, is it clear? So now I will take the other message. Okay, I will take you the other message. So just click on the message and add the message. So I will add the name of the message as a new message too. I will click like this, and the ID I will give like a 1 5. So the DLC I given like this 4, and now I have a signal. I don't want anything. Just it is a practice, like you can consider, and give apply. Okay, here now my new message is created and I need to add the signal. So just go to the signal and new signal. I will give the same. I don't want to make it. So my new signal is added. So but you're not able to see any data because we given nothing here. So that's the reason. Okay, so what is the next step we need to do? Now I need to add this signal. Okay, for our understanding, we'll make it some 2. This I will give it 2 bits, and this will I will give like a that degree centigrades, and the signals I'll give, and signal 21 I will make give like this. Okay, so now I need to add this signal here. So just go to that specific message and give edit, and you can add the signal here. So now this signal is added here. Give apply and okay. So now message is ready and signal is also ready. So like this, we need to add the message. Now what is the next step? So I created my DBC file. Okay, my DBC file is ready. Where it is stored? So it's stored in on the desktop, right? So now previous I have a CANoe, but I don't have a DBC file. So what I need to do now? So I need to save. Save, we have an option save. So or else we need to save as we can do and save anything. You can make it. Okay. So now what is the next step I need to make it is go to the CANoe. So we have an option now in the CANoe, and here we have a database. So add the data, select right click. This is a simulation. Okay, go to the simulation and double click on the simulation. You will get the network like this. Okay, so just you will get like the network, and under the can you will have a database. Right click, add, and give my path of on the desktop. We have the sample new file. So now DBC file is loaded. Oh, what is DBC file contains? It contains all the messages and signals information. Is it clear, right? Now, what is the next step? Now, we need to activate the CANoe, because we need to send the messages right now. So you are able to see there is a we have a right window. It's showing that start of measurement is activated and there are no errors. Default baud rate is 500 kbps is the baud rate, and right now there is no errors or no warnings in the window. Is it clear still now? I loaded the database file. I run the CANoe. I don't have any errors on the tool now. Is it clear? Okay, so now what is my next step? So next step is we know about the measurement setup and the simulation setup. Okay, so measurement setup is where we need to take the logs and all those will be there. So now I need to create one node because without creating node, we cannot send the messages. So on the simulation network, we have a network node. Okay, now my ECU is ready here. I need to send the messages to the network here. So for that purpose, so now my ECU is there here, and I need to send the messages on the network. Okay. So just double click on the network. Sorry. Sorry, this is a network node. We for sending of the messages, we need to use different phase. Okay, so right click and insert the can interactive generator for sending of the messages. Okay, so this is a IG block. So can IG block, remember, interactive generator. So when you will do this, so this will be like a specific for the node messages to send the data. Okay, so now IG block is there. So when if you double click on this IG block, you will get one more window. So the window says that the rows and trigger name, all those details you will get it, like how the can frame looks now. So it will be like all the details it will get it. Now we have a option of small. If you get your arrow here, add frame from database and FD, that is a can extended. This is a can frame, add can frame. Now we need to add the signals, okay, from the database. So just click on the first row. Because we loaded the DBC file, right? So from the DBC file, the messages you are able to see it. Okay. So just take this as the message, give apply, okay. Okay. So now you are able to see my message is added here, and the ID is 41 and can is can1 and database and DLC is data. Okay. Is it clear? So the message contains this. This is the signal. ABC value is the signal. So now what is the next step? So now the signal is added. I need to run the CANoe. Okay. So I will make it the trigger here. Okay. So for triggering, we are able to manually wait. So for seeing whether the message is sent or not to the ECU, we first phase is like we created the DBC file. We created the DBC file. So after creating the DBC file, we added into the CANoe. And after adding the CANoe, we created a IG block. After creating the IG block, from IG block, we need to send the message. We need to send the message. So when we need to send the message from the IG block, okay, so the message should transfer to the network. Okay, so whether the message is transferring from IG block to the network, we need to see. So where we can see on our, so we can see on a trace window. We have a one window called trace window. Okay, so from there we can see. So like we have a measurement setup. So under measurement setups, we have the trace. So we can double click and we can see there is other options. So measurement setup, offline logging, trace. So we can see this here as a trace window. So like similarly here also we have the trace window. If you double click, you can see the messages. So you are able to see my message is received here. So it is disabled, right? Complete it, the message it came at 11 seconds and it is disabled. Okay. Now what I will do again, I will send the message. So go to the DBC file. So just minimize it. Okay. So just send it again and I will go to the trace window. So it will be periodic. It see now the timing it changed, right? So just drag and drop it. Okay. So here So it came and went. Okay, it came and went here. So again, I will send it. So now it's coming as a blue color, sorry, black color, and again it is going to enable in a gray color. This means it is disabling. The timing is stopped 126. Now if I send it again, it come 130, 136, and it again it will be disappearing. So what is happening is I am sending the signal, means I am activating the message one time. Okay, when I will activate one time only, the message is going. I need to send continuously. Okay, so for that, what we need to do, so we have a option in the triggering. Triggering means like how we are able to send this. We have a periodic. If I give for every 10 milliseconds, I need to update the signals. So just trigger it. Now the timing you are able to see, it is updating for every seconds, 171, 172, 173, like that. It is updating continuously. So this is called as a periodic message. Means the message is continuously transmitting on the network. Okay, is it clear? So from the IG block we created, so and we are sending the messages from the IG block to the network. Okay, so what this network will do, it will connect to the ECUs. Okay, ECU means our controller. It will going to control with the controller specific to the network. From network it will going to transfer the data. Is it clear still? So now we are able to see from the IG block to the network in the trace window. What are the messages we are transferring? It will be continuous or it is a one time, that we are seeing it here. Okay. So now like you will also try to do these messages. Okay. I will share you the messages. Okay. What and all you need to consider. This is the CAN related, the signal. This is a signal naming I given here. And to understand the signal description I given here. Okay. And the name of the message name and the message ID is there here. Okay. And we have a signal length and start bit. Okay. So just consider few fields which is required, which are enabled. Okay. So where you need to understand the create a database and template. Okay, so start bit and the factor, offset, and the minimum value and maximum value, and the cycle time. Cycle time is not required. A few things are not disabled. Okay, and the value. Coming to the value matrix, you can make it because these are a few. Some of the DBC file, you won't get for enable. Whatever the fields you got enable, you can understand it and try to add the messages and try to send the signals. Okay. Just you need to consider the ID, message name, signals, and data, and DLC. These are very important fields that you need to consider. Okay, in CANoe, you need to know the maximum minimum value of it. So I didn't see here. Okay, just what you need to add. So here we have an option of the buttons. So that we need to customize the ribbon here. So home trace simulation. This is the initial value. Okay, if it make it a can, we can this is oh, increase the font. Trace configuration. So this is a option we have. Okay, so we have a trace configuration. To see the maximum minimum values, all those details. So you can make it here. Okay, so I need to see the ID. I need to see the DLC. These are the DLC name, and we have. Okay, so some maximum minimum as of now in a CANoe tool is not available. Mostly we need to monitor manually. Just for understanding what startup frame you need to see. Okay, so just give okay, and that time you will see the field. Okay, so what is the state of frame, all those it, it will be visible here. Okay, so maybe it's not added. Oh, so start a frame. So here you need to select this. You need to give this arrow. So okay, when you give this, it will come here. Give okay. So where is my starter frame? I will add it and do on again. Sorry, it will be here. Okay, so here it is in here in because we added in initial field. We have different fields, right? So we added in initial. Okay, so you are able to see the start of frame is here, means we can see the timing. So the timing will be updating for the time. This is specific to the time, and moreover the data which we are transferring. Okay, so for if the fields you need to explore, or you have this option, you can see it. The comments, you can add it comments also. So whenever you are making, right, you need to do on off. Okay, so remember, like if you go to the trace window, so when you select the comments, you need to give the arrow. If you don't want required, just drop like this, it will come away. If you required field, you can make it arrow. It should be visible here, then only it will appear here. Okay, so what is the messages, the type of the comments that we are giving. Okay, is it clear still now? So you are able to practice like a creating of the DBC file and the sending of the messages by creating the IG block. Have any doubts till now? Okay, so try to go through this video, like how we practice the IG block creation and how we created the DBC file under. So with the help of the messages, I will share you the sheet to you. Okay, so try to practice. So we'll make it clarification. If you have any doubts on those IG block creation, if you are facing any trouble, mostly we'll do it tomorrow again. Okay, so what will be the further topics? So the further topics means whatever the messages, this is a trace window, and the signals are the messages that you have list here. Okay, so and as I told you, the baud rate and all we'll see here in the configuration. And next will be the hardware mapping channel. As I told you, like the under the hardware, we have the channel mapping.